Since 1947, the Santa Barbara Choral Society has continually served our community through the performance of great choral works. Works that inspire, delight, and give voice to shared emotions, from civic pride to grief in the wake of tragedy. Through wildfires and mudslides, the show must go on, and it did. But last March, the pandemic shuttered us in mid-season, leaving rehearsal halls empty, stages dark, and our voices silent. We're determined to share our music again at a time when the balm of shared choral music is needed to lift our spirits. And so, how can we keep from singing?
Welcome to Santa Barbara Choral Society's first offering of our 2021 season. I'm Joanne Wasserman, Artistic Director and Conductor of this remarkable community chorus. Our singers are a reflection of our community, from teachers to business owners, students to seasoned singers. They share with our audiences a love of the choral art form. You heard a moment of that shared joy just now in a sample of Worthy is the Lamb from Handel's masterpiece Messiah that we performed here at the Granada Theater. And here with me is David Potter, our incredible accompanist. David, thank you so much for being such a valuable part of our artistic team.
Thank you, Joanne. I've enjoyed working with you and the Choral Society for all these many years. Hopefully, we will be back soon, singing and making music once again. Thank you.
With the restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic, we have had to find new ways to do what we must do: sing. And with groups singing prohibited during the pandemic, this season has been a challenge unlike any other. To meet this challenge and to fulfill our mission, the board of directors and a creative team worked with me to find ways to nurture the chorus and continue to improve their musical skills. Weekly Zoom chats brought our singing family together, a lifeline in a time of enforced isolation.
Hi, I'm Stephen Thompson, baritone section leader at Santa Barbara Choral Society and a graduate student in choral conducting at UCSB. As you might imagine, singing and conducting opportunities have been few and far between during the COVID pandemic. So I'm extra grateful for the opportunity to have worked with the tenors and basses on our virtual project. Rehearsing over Zoom is a far cry from singing in person, but it's something, and it's been a pleasure to make some music together. Looking forward to making music in person once again very soon.
Our artistic collaborations with other performing arts organizations like State Street Ballet and the Santa Barbara Symphony are highlights for the chorus. Even though last season's performance with the symphony was canceled due to COVID, we were determined that the connection would continue and reached out to the symphony's maestro and artistic director, Nir Cabaretti, to join us in an interactive conversation with the chorus. And here's a word from Maestro Cabaretti as he reflects on his relationship with the Choral Society.
Thank you, Joanne, and greetings from the Granada Theater. We are getting ready for another streaming program this week. That's our new reality as we do whatever we can to keep the music alive in our community through the pandemic. Of course, there are so many limitations, from wearing the masks, keeping the 6-foot distance between the musicians, plexiglasses, shields for the winds and brass. But one of the biggest limitations is that we cannot have you with us on stage. The Choral Society has been such a great partner to the symphony for so many years, and I personally cherish wonderful memories from our past performances together. From the pianissimo in Verdi's Requiem to the fortissimo in Mahler's Second Symphony, the Carmina Burana celebration. So many memorable collaborations. We miss you and can't wait to share the stage with you again, whenever it will be safe.
To continue to build our musical skills during our physical separation, the chorus learned How to Be a Lifelong Singer, a vocal coaching series taught by professional soloist Tracy Van Fleet. We also participated in an 8-week Zoom program of solfege singing technique presented by Dr. Mark Sumner, director of the University of California Alumni Chorus at Berkeley.
But I think during COVID time, it's a great opportunity to maybe learn a new language, because it is a little bit like a new language. Here we go. So, mi, so, mi. And I'm using the proper hand signs as well if you want to memorize them as we go. So, mi. And I'm trying to sing those two notes in really good tune. How do I know if they're in tune or not? Well, if you do enough singing, you know that you're actually recreating an overtone series that's in every sound. For those that remember the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there was a really good reason why this whole thing was actually used as a language that we might presume another species from another planet would understand. And that's exactly how they started communicating, is using solfege, of all things, at least in the movie. And I think it was a brilliant stroke.
The solfege classes with Mark were a helpful and fun approach to sight singing. Using solfege has improved my ability to hear the music when I see the notes on the page. And that helps me be able to learn new music more quickly and more accurately. So I do feel that using solfege has helped me to become a better musician.
I'm here at our rehearsal home, the Music Academy at the West, with Choral Society Board President Todd Aldrich. Todd, thank you so much for your leadership during this very difficult time.
My pleasure, Joanne. It's been a privilege to serve on our board along with our other talented and dedicated directors. As a singer, I appreciate your leadership. Your enthusiasm and skill as a conductor is inspiring to me. Thank you very much. There are about 43 million adults in the U.S. who sing in choral groups today, and this number has been increasing over the last decade. Singing in a choir makes us more optimistic, mindful, and resilient. It also makes us less lonely and keeps us alert and healthy. So it is ironic that we've had to be apart when our singers have wanted nothing more than to come together and sing.
Lamentation Singing is such a unique way of communicating, and I think for all of us, it touches our souls in such a meaningful way.
I found Santa Barbara Choral Society to be a group of people who love good music done well. I gain great joy and satisfaction from contributing and being a part of this group.
Singing with the Choral Society is like being on an experience inside a work of art. Learning each piece, discovering what the composer is trying to express, perfecting my part, and polishing the piece as an ensemble raises the music to the level of performance quality.
Some of the happiest moments of my life have occurred while singing at the Santa Barbara Choral Society. Singing this incredibly inspiring music, having it be almost like a worship, it is just amazing.
The Choral Society's mission includes celebrating new works of living composers through performance and collaboration with other arts organizations. While we couldn't perform live or collaborate, we still wanted to nurture those connections. So we arranged a series of virtual chats with such luminaries as the American composer Morton Lawrence.
We were honored to have him join us on our international performance tour in Italy. It was thrilling to present his music to enthusiastic audiences everywhere we went. I'd like to, first of all, welcome everybody to this, to our Wednesday series, and we're so thrilled to have Morton Lauritsen as our guest tonight.
I'm delighted to see you again, and it brought back so many memories of our great tour to Italy and our working together over many years.
I was thinking about this. I mean, your music is characterized so much as being so transcendent, and it truly is for both the performer and the audience. And the music, as you've said, and as I've said also, it goes straight to the heart. You just can't, you can hardly put words to it because the music just seeps right into the soul.
As you know, my second great love is poetry. I taught at USC for all those years, 52 years, and the vast majority of the classes I taught, we began with a poem. It just elevates you in so many ways. I admire poets so much. They instruct us and enlighten us in so many ways, not only by their verbiage, but with their ideas and how to deal with all sorts of things in life and the human condition of love and loss and grief and hope. I want to make an effect upon my listeners. And part of that, halfway part of that, 50% of that, is choosing the right text. Composing is something that's always been a part of my life since those early days and continues to be. And right now, I'm text hunting again for the very near piece to write.
Has the pandemic that we're in the midst of given you thought for a new composition to help us heal?
Well, yes. This is what we do, isn't it? We turn to art. Mm-hmm. We turn to art and to help us get through things. When we have sadness and all that, we turn especially, don't you think, to music.
Thank you so much. I speak for the entire Choral Society. We love you. Thank you for everything. We also met virtually with composer Christopher Tin, known for his unique and eclectic style of composition. He spoke to us about what has inspired some of his latest works. We're thrilled to have you here tonight, and we want to welcome you to Santa Barbara Choral Society. We kind of feel like you're in our family already. And now you have a new cycle out called To Shiver the Sky. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think that we would love to perform it.
I would love for you to perform it. It's an 11-movement oratorio. It tells the history of aviation, but it's not just about, which pilot crossed the Atlantic first or, that sort of thing. It's also about sort of the history of why we wanted to be amongst the stars, right? So I also use quotes from Dante, for example, or Hildegard von Bingen. It's not just about, flight, but it's also, in my mind, it's a story that pulls together centuries of collaboration between people across multiple continents with this vision, a singular vision of being amongst the heavens.
You really are drawn to composing songs in many different languages and therefore cultural traditions. And I guess, when did you know that this sort of universal theme that we can all benefit by and sing together was something that was an important message you wanted to convey in your music?
I love the way ideas build on each other and connect to each other. This goes back to this idea of like these archetypical ideas, these monomyths that are ingrained in all the aspects of human history and human storytelling, right? They're all just sort of come back over the course of history in different variations. And that's why it's not hard to find one idea like aviation, have it become a metaphor for some other idea. It's just who we are as people, you know?
Christopher, thank you so much for being with us. This has been a fascinating hour with you.
Let's catch up with one of the Choral Society's former presidents and longtime treasurer, Jim Robbins. He, almost more than anyone, knows what it takes to keep our organization healthy, both in good times and in hard times, too. Ticket revenue only covers a percentage of what it takes to produce a ballet or an opera or a concert. It's foundation grants and generous donations that keep the lights on. So let's listen in as he visits with some Choral Society friends whose support has been vital to us over the years.
Brooks at Cape Firestone.
Hey, Jim.
It seems like forever since we've been together. It's wonderful to see you. You're both singers in the Choral Society and have been involved in so many ways for so long, and we really appreciate how you've been enthusiastic supporters of our performances, including great choral works like the Carmina Burana and Sir George Martin's Love, Love, Love collaboration at the Granada Theater. What great performances those were. And tell me, what keeps you motivated and enthusiastic to keep supporting the Choral Society?
Well, Jim, for us, it's a late life passion and hobby. We're both in our 80s now, and to be able to sing with the Choral Society and meet the challenge and travel and do these wonderful performances, it's been a great thing for us at this time of life.
It's very important to have music in our lives, which as we went through all the other stages of our life together, music sort of faded out. And then all of a sudden, here we are, later on, and we found the Choral Society. And they accepted us. And that was really wonderful.
Thank you for helping us continue to make it fun for the audiences and bringing your personal enthusiasm to the music.
Jim, it's our
Thank you,
pleasure,
Jim.
our pleasure.
Now we turn to you, Marilyn and Dick Mazes.
Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Marilyn, you've been a soprano in the Choral Society for the past 16 years, I believe.
Yes, I have.
And Dick, you have been an enthusiastic audience member for all those years. I can't remember a concert when you were not in the audience. I'm curious, what has inspired you to support the Choral Society in the many ways that you have?
Well, we love music of all kinds, and we met in fiddle class, actually. And
fiddle class?
In fiddle class. And the next thing I know, she was singing when we came here to Santa Barbara. She right away discovered the Choral Society. Has been participating ever since.
Singing with this group is like singing with a big family. And I realized that the more rehearsals I came to, each one I met more people. It's really been such a high quality group to sing with. I feel really proud of singing with it. And I think that gets transferred between everyone in the chorus, and we just love singing together. And I feel as though my life would be really empty, much more empty, if I didn't have this chorus to sing. But I'm looking forward to rehearsals again. And until then, I'm just going to keep singing.
How can you keep from singing?
That's right. How can I keep from singing?
Thank you sincerely for all that you continue to do.
You're so welcome, Jim.
What Choral Society is to me is a community in a community, a group of people who love choral music and want to share that music they love with the larger Santa Barbara community.
I am a single mom and I'm French. All my family is overseas. And basically going to the choir and singing is a breath of fresh air and a way for me to stay connected to God, stay connected to beauty, and stay connected to music and share it with all of you.
There's something wonderful about coming together with a large group of people and feeling those sound waves wash over you. And rehearsal night's the best night of the week.
Our passion is to reach out, to touch and inspire our audiences. So the primary element missing from our lives right now is you. Hopefully, we'll be able to get together soon to share our passions for music.
Hello, I'm Kate Reeves, Vice President of the Choral Society. Usually, these chairs are filled by our singers every Wednesday night when we would warm up, practice our concert music, go over some difficult passages, and maybe break out into sectional rehearsals. But we always pause midway to socialize and have some snacks and lots of conversation. We welcome new singers, and we take them under our wing. And we offer emotional support, maybe to our friends who are going through a difficult time. But we always celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, new babies. We are truly a singing family.
After all this talk about what music means to everyone, I'm sure you're ready to hear some music. Please sit back and enjoy the Santa Barbara Choral Society as we share with you a musical selection that is most appropriate for this time of year, the magnificent Amen Chorus from Handel's Messiah.
For more than 70 years, the Choral Society has entertained, inspired, and uplifted this community. Please help us continue to share the experience of exceptional choral works with your donation.
We make it easy for you to give through our secure website at sbchoral.org. Thank you.
We dedicate this 2021 season to members of our musical family that we have lost this year. We are determined to carry on just as they would have wanted us to. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you wherever the Choral Society is making music. How can we keep from singing? The answer is, we simply can't.